All right, James, thanks. Okay, so that's a lot of development coming online. Give the audience some idea of what it takes to make one of these sub-anchor deals, and maybe comment on the rents on new construction shops.
Absolutely. It's almost a tale of two sides of a street. A lot of these new projects are commanding top rents, even if candidly there's nothing even happening across the street, or if there's a strip center there, it could be half of the rent. So I would say for sub-anchor box space, we're looking really, again, in the mid-teens to call it high 20s, depending on TI and shell delivery. For shop space, as we saw even with the Merlo and Geyer project or others, we're really looking in the mid-30s to call it the mid-60s, depending on real estate.
All right, well, so let's switch to the Valley and talk about new development out in the Valley.
Yeah. That was it, simple research for me.
Is there such a word?
No, there are some significant things moving forward. North of Sacramento, in Rockland, Donning Schreiber is proceeding forward with two projects. It's at I-80 and Sierra College Boulevard. They are scheduled to be open and moving forward by late 2013, 2014. In the northwest quadrant, that project is called Rockland Commons. It's 380,000 square feet, and it will be anchored by Target and Kohl's. And then on the southeast quadrant, of also Interstate 80 and Sierra College Boulevard is Rockland Crossings, and that's a 490,000 square foot project anchored by Walmart and Home Depot. Donahue is hoping to achieve on shop rental rates in the neighborhood of 30 to 42, depending on where you move through the project. I think it's interesting to note that we brought up Palladio, or Garrick did, but the Palladio at Broadstone is a lifestyle center that was put on hold in Folsom at the end of 2009, and it is now back to moving forward, and Whole Foods has opened, the movie theater has been open for a while, and H&M is recently opened. It's positive, but they have a long way to go in their leasing, and rental rates, shop spaces are probably in the $30 per square foot range. And then down in Fresno is something of significance. Marketplace at El Paseo, 500,000 square foot project scheduled to commence at the end of this year, if not the beginning of next. And that is anchored by Target, and the tenants reportedly include Sports Authority, Old Navy, and Hobby Lobby.
So not as much activity, but what kind of rents can you get so that you can build new product out in the Valley? What do these sub-anchors have to pay to get it going?
The sub-anchors asking rents as opposed to what the deals are being done at, but the deals are being done in the neighborhood of $14 to $18 range rents.
And how about shops? What's shop space and new construction in the Valley?
Spaces, despite what the asking rents are being done in the $26 to $36 range, depending where they go.
Great, thanks, Jim.
Sure.
Hey, John, let's switch back to shops. We've talked about what kind of categories are expanding or doing deals. Where do you see these deals happening in the Bay Area?
Yeah, well, it's true. The leasing is, the activity is up with the shops and pads throughout the Bay Area, and in the 9 Bay Area counties we track. The grocery drug anchored centers and the lifestyle projects are where we're seeing the most action. There are some markets such as the Peninsula and the South Bay where the economy didn't really take a big toll on landlords or retailers. The continued tech boom and the density of these markets attribute to this phenomenon. Other areas such as the East Bay, especially East Contra Costa County and portions of Alameda County, have experienced significant vacancy and still struggle to get back to mid-2000 rents and occupancy levels. Just follow the foreclosures and you will see where the retail has struggled.
Okay, but you hear people talk about A centers, B centers, tier 1, tier 2. What's the difference between these things?
Yeah, well, it's the simple rule of retail, Matt: location, location, location. It still drives the quality and credit tenants to the A centers versus their competition. Rents can vary from the low teens to the mid 60s square foot triple net from one side of the street to the other. Such grocers as Safeway and Whole Foods, along with the value-oriented anchors, Target, Walmart, they're attracting the higher rents due to the traffic and the volume that their tenants do. Furthermore, high daytime population areas are the catalyst for a lot of these successful QSRs and fast casual concepts. They need that lunch crowd to make up for the lack of dinner customers, especially those trying to make ends meet. As an example, the median household income is at $64,000 in the San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose DMA, down almost 7% since 2000 after adjusting for inflation. In context, the Bay Area median income is approximately 30% higher than the national average of $49,000. If a non-food chain needs to maintain rents equating to 10% or less of their gross sales, and respectively 5 to 7% for food tenants, their sales need to be robust and grow with inflation. We've seen construction costs remain lower, but the cost of goods and fuel continue to soar. This will in turn make it more difficult for retailers to grow store count and furthermore reduce the number of players in the marketplace.
All right, great, thanks. Let's switch back to San Francisco. Rhonda, let's talk about what some of the bigger deals in the city were.
Sure. Last year we saw continued entry of large urban flagships, high-profile brand exposure plays, and we saw some new innovative concepts come into the city, or sign up to come into the city, especially in the entertainment arena. On the urban flagship front, City Target and Forever 21 were two large deals that either opened or signed last year. Forever 21 opened in November, just up the street on Market Street, 53,000 square feet on four stories. City Target, 99,000 square feet. My understanding this is one of the first in the country to open up here in San Francisco sometime this summer, early fall. San Francisco's largest retail deal last year. So congratulations, Matt. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the super secret concept store that's going to be part
I wish
of it.
I could. If I knew anything about it, they keep a pretty good secret, even from me, of course. Brokers, we like to spread the word. But yeah, listen, we worked with Westfield for a long time. Obviously, Target's taking 99,000 square feet, opening in October of this year, 5,000 square feet right on the corner of Mission and Howard. About 3,500 of that is this new store concept that I'm not sure they know what they're putting in it. I think they do, but they're certainly not letting on what it is. And then, they're going to do the city concept, which is really geared towards an urbanized customer. If you've been to Minneapolis, their two-story level deal is really geared towards that. And I think with what they're doing in Canada, they're playing off these small store deals. So should be exciting to see it open up.
It's pretty exciting to be one of the first in the country. In the high-profile arena, we saw high-profile, high-rent with Graf Jewelers opening up and Swarovski Jewelers opening up. High-profile, larger footprints. There's a little bit of musical chair where two retailers who exist on the square signed up to open stores in higher-profile blocks and corners. DSW will double their store size with 42,000 square feet, and Brooks Brothers will almost double their store size to 28,000 square feet. High-profile branding. Chase, who did 9 deals in the city last year, it will be on a Union Square corner. ING also opened up last year. ING is in financial services, and they opened up a 4-level store with a wonderful little cafe on the ground floor. Some of the new concepts. We have a new concept in the entertainment arena opening up in a couple weeks at the Beacon over by Mission Bay. Lucky Strike, which is a bowling, high-end food, high-end lounge concept, will open in a couple weeks, so we invite you all to come down and check it out. We're seeing a lot of food with other concepts, and another one that will be coming on board this summer is Nespresso. This will be their 3rd store in the country. They'll be selling their high-end espresso machines and their little pods, and about 1/3 of the ground floor space will be dedicated to a cafe.
Rhonda, can you give us an idea of where these deals are getting made? San Francisco's always got the sexy tenants, the big space, but you always hear about these high rents. Give us an idea of what rents are going for in the city.
Sure. On some of these larger deals that are outside the Union Square area, we've seen them fall $30 to $38 per square foot. And within Union Square, multi-level blended rates low of about 50, and a high for Prime Corner up to about 600 a foot.
600 a foot?
600 a foot.
Pretty nice. All right. Thanks a lot, Rhonda.